All right, so we're going to be going over the short run lamination equipment and go over some of the features and benefits of being able to bring that technology in-house. And we're going to be referring to the Thinklam product, which is an automatic laminator device that you could be able to load your digital sheet sizes into the machine. It will automatically feed, laminate, trim all four sides. And then we're going to be going into a demonstration on the RSL 2702, which is our very common desktop laminator solution. And so we're going to go ahead and play some demonstrations of that. And we'll go ahead and play the demonstration on the 2702. And if Andy Hope, do you have anything to say on that?
Good. I think they're going to play a video here that I pre-recorded for this. Sindel, are you able to pull that up? Thank you. Thanks for that. So next up we have the RSL 2702 S Hot Roll Laminator. So you may be saying to yourself, what size of shop is this laminator good for? I sell this machine into pretty much all sizes of shops. So for large shops, maybe you're big into laminating, you have a large two-sided and single-sided laminator, but you have a few small jobs come in that takes a long time to set up on your two-sided and high-speed single-sided laminator. This machine is a great fit for those jobs, as it does single-sided, two-sided mounting, and it's quick to set up, it heats up fast, and it's a great machine if you're a large shop and have some small jobs come in. It's a great machine for doing those small jobs. Or maybe you're a small shop or a mid-sized shop that's just getting into laminating. This is my go-to laminator for a small to mid-sized shop getting into laminating, as it's a very versatile machine. So some of the key benefits to this machine is it has a warm-up time of 10 minutes. It's got a programmable memory in it. You can do two-sided hot roll laminating. You can do single-sided cold laminating, as it's got a take-up roller. You can do single-sided hot laminating. You can do mounting onto foam core up to 3/16 thick, and it runs of speeds up to 8.2 feet per minute. So digging into some of the features it has a little more in depth, if you want to zoom up on the machine a little more. So you'll see here, it's got a take-up roller on the front. On the back here, it's got a decurler bar. So for two-sided hot roll laminating, it's got your top and bottom mandrels here. You can do 1-inch core or 3-inch core rolls. It comes with both 1-inch core and 3-inch core adapters. And you can run two-sided hot roll laminating up to 10 mils thick and up to 8.2 feet per minute. And then for mounting, you can mount onto foam core up to 3/16 thick, so you can gap your nip rollers with the lever on the side here. And you can also do two-sided cold laminating, as it's got a powered take-up mandrel on the top for taking up your release liner. And you can also do foil as well. So you may have been on our Sleeker Pro workshop previous to this, where we spoke a little bit about foil. So it's a digital foil that only adheres to toner, and it adheres to toner with a laminator with heat and pressure. So this is a very entry-level machine for that. It's got the take-up mandrel here for taking up the foil. So after I'm done showing you this machine, I'm going to play two videos. I'm going to play a quick video doing single-sided hot roll laminating as well as sleeker foil on this machine. And all of these videos, so I have done up a video on setting up and doing a program and running this machine from the start on YouTube, as well as I've done a training session on single-sided laminating, hot laminating, as well as sleeker foil. So feel free to hop on the ScanDecor YouTube page and search RSL 2702S and you'll be able to see those videos. So before I show you those videos, I'll just show you running a two-sided hot laminate job. So it's a very simple machine to operate. As I said, it's got 9 programs in here, so you can have 9 preset programs. It's got standby mode. It's got a temperature check, so you can quickly see what your temperature is at. So I'm at 228, so I'm perfect. It's got a reverse, stop, and run button. It's got buttons here to go from hot laminating or cold laminating. You can quickly adjust your speed or temperature on the fly. So that's running a two-sided job, hot roll job. As I said, you can do up to 10 mil and you can do up to 8.2 feet per minute. So next up, I'm going to be showing a short video of doing sleeker foil. And the video of doing sleeker foil, I will talk over the video so you can understand it here. You able to pull that video up? So as you'll see in this video, it's got the foil coming out the back, coming over top of the roll of foil, and then I've got it taped on the front powered take-up mandrel here. So the foil comes off the roll of foil, around through your nip roller, out the back, and taped on the front. So you'll see here in this video I'm foiling with rose gold. That's a very popular foil for us right now. So this machine, it's not the machine we necessarily recommend for foil. So if you're looking at doing a lot of foil, we would normally recommend either the Pod Topic or the Bagel laminating systems, as they do a much higher quality foil job, as they have a chrome roller nip roller, so that it puts a lot more pressure on that toner and adheres that foil into the toner. However, if you're a smaller shop and can't justify a larger machine, or maybe you're a larger shop and you're wanting to get into foil, but you can't justify getting a large machine until you know what the demand is for digital foil, then this is a great fit to get into it. So the downside to this machine is you have to run it very slow to do foil, and foil takes a lot of pressure to adhere it into the toner. So we normally will feed a couple sheets of cardstock underneath of the sheet that you're foiling when you run it through the machine, so that it forces those rollers up and puts lots of pressure onto the foil so it adheres into the toner. So hopefully this is helpful. The next video I'm going to play a short video of doing single-sided hot laminating. So I will be running single-sided hot laminate from the top mandrel here, running it through the machine. You'll see in the video that I'll be using the decurler bar, which you activate in the back here, to put a reverse curl on the laminate so that my sheets come out straight. Can you pull up the single-sided video, please? All right, hopefully Looks like you can see the video now. Hopefully it's working on your end. So you'll see here in the video we're running a 12.75 laminate film, a Soft Pro film from Scandicor, and running a 1319 sheet size. So it's very important when you're running single-sided laminating that you run a smaller width laminate film to the sheet that you're running through so that the film does not stick to the bottom rollers of your laminator. So that is why I'm running a 12.75 film and running through a 1319 sheet size. So the laminate film goes on the top. On single-sided, you can use 1-inch core or 3-inch core through the laminator. Out the back, you'll see it's coming under, going up over top of a decurler bar. So that puts a reverse curl on it. That's one awesome feature about this laminator. A lot of smaller laminators in this category do not have decurler bars for single-sided. So this is a very versatile machine for that. So hopefully that wraps it up for this machine. I hope you understand it a lot better than you did before. The team at Scandicor would be very happy to talk to any one of you. Just reach out to your local rep after the show, and we'll be very happy to help you or send you a proposal on this machine if you have need any further info, or like I said before, check out our YouTube page on the RSL 2702, as there's some very helpful laminators on there.
Thank you very much for that video demonstration, Andy, and going over the features. We really like to think of that laminator. It's like the Swiss Army knife of desktop laminating, isn't it? It pretty much can do all functions that you would generally think of in lamination, from pressure sensitive, double-sided, single-sided, as well as also the unique Sleek Pro.
It is definitely, John, and we just spent some time talking about our specialty films, and the RSL 2702 has a hot roll system instead of a heat shoe like a lot of other lower end laminators, which allows you to run all of our specialty films on this machine. So you may be a smaller digital shop that's struggling to break into the market of business cards or high-end marketing material. And this small footprint laminator that's very cost-effective will help you break into that market by allowing you to all of a sudden now bring in, Soft Pro laminate, your Scuff Pro laminate. Maybe you sell a lot to, furniture companies or leather companies. You can now try our leather laminate and put it on a brochure with their branding on it and take it to them, or nowadays with COVID, mail it to them. And it's something to break into new customers. So it's a very cost-effective laminator for someone that's looking at getting into laminating. That's all I have, John.
No, that's very good. And I think that point that you raise as to the hot roll, a lot of the older technology is the heat shoe technology. And we've just come out, as you said, from the luxury films. And, a lot of those thin gauge materials do not work well at all with a heat shoe device, because we're pulling the film over a fixed heat source. And what happens to the laminate film is it does what we call in lamination, we call it necking. So you may start off with a 12.75 width film, but when you pull it over a fixed heat source heat shoe machine, it may neck into a 12.25. And that causes, on thin sheets, causes a lot of curl and discrepancies. But the advantage of the RSL 2702 with the hot roll is you can run all those specialty films with the film rolling at the same rate as that hot roller is rotating. It's very important.
And not only that, but a lot of smaller shops are also getting into signage, or maybe right now through COVID, they're doing a lot of floor graphics and stuff like that. The RSL 2702 allows you to mount onto foam core up to 3/16 thick, as well as mount cold laminates onto, floor graphics and all of that, which opens up a lot of doors. It's not just a two-sided laminator. It does all these other things you might say, like single-sided hot, single-sided cold, two-sided hot roll laminating, all the specialty films, then as I showed in the video, you can also get into the foils as well. So it definitely opens up a lot of doors.
Absolutely. No, it's good. And if anyone, is listening in and interested, we are going to be having promo pricing on the equipment that we've been discussing throughout this 3-day event. But most certainly, if you're interested in the 2702, reach out today. I think next we have coming up is the automatic lamination solution, the Thinklam 330 that we debuted at the Print 19 show last year. And it's a great automatic laminator that has a pile feeder and handles all the digital format, up to the 13-inch wide sheets. So it laminates, trims all 4 sides, and provides a complete document out the back side ready to be invoiced out. So if we have the video on the Thinklam so we can see that demonstration.
Andy, that was a great demonstration on the 2702. Hopefully I can do a good of a job on the Thinklam. Machine we're talking about here today is the Thinklam from GMP. This is the 330H model, and this is a bit different in the fact that it has a very specific niche that it fits in the marketplace. So this is a fully automatic 2-sided duplex laminator that feeds the sheets, laminates them, and cuts them out all 4 sides. So there's a lot of automatic laminators in the market right now, and they're quite frankly not very durable. They have small rollers, and they only have very small paper capacity. So from the ground up, the Thinklam was designed to be a robust commercial laminator with a deep pile feeder for serious commercial work. It's a very compact unit. I'm going to run over a few of the features here, but I'm going to grab this camera so I can get a close-up. You can see this is the feeder here at the beginning of the machine. This is a deep pile feeder that can handle 7.1 inches depth of paper. The machine handles a sheet size up to 13 by 20 inches and film up to 13 inches wide. So this has some serious capacity for a lot of paper to be loaded into the machine for those longer jobs. Very interesting feeder design. The fact that it is a clamshell. It opens up out of the way so that we can access the film and the feeder. Let's close that. Simply load my documents in here. Right now I'm running letter size. And bring the table up into position. On the control panel, you can see it's very clearly laid out. Very simple operation. We can just hit run and the machine will start. A couple other features here. I can on the fly adjust the front and rear margins on the sheets so that I can do a flush cut as well as a edge seal. And I can adjust those margins on the fly. A little bit hard to see in here, but you see the red roller down there. That is a large diameter heated silicone roller. Very important for getting good adhesion to digital prints. So again, that large diameter is what allows this machine to run much faster than traditional automated desktop laminators. This machine will run up to 6.5 feet per minute, which equals roughly 480 letter size sheets per hour. Now you can see in here this film mandrel. This is unique to the Thinklam. This is a very easy to load film. This design allows the operator to know which direction to put the film in, and it automatically knows the thickness of the film when you put it in. That's great, but we all know that sometimes it's not fun being locked into proprietary film. So this machine also accepts standard 1-inch core laminations up to 10 mil thick with a Mandrel kit. Speaking of the feeder, one thing I forgot to mention before was the minimum size on that feeder is 4x6, so it can get down to a fairly small sheet size. Moving on fairly quickly here, let's take a look at the cutter. This is a cross cutter that cuts the sheets this direction. Those 2 knobs that I showed you on the control panel right here are what control where that cuts. So on the fly I can adjust from doing a flush cut, cut right into the paper, even to a crop mark, or leave a little bit on the sheet to leave that edge seal for encapsulation. And then in the back here, this is the side slitters that cut off the edges of the sheet. So they are adjustable on the fly as well. So you can very quickly move these in and out to get to your exact width, and they're micro adjustable as well. So with that, let's put this camera down, and I'm going to press start and run some jobs here. So simply pressing run, you're going to hear the machine start up. It's really that simple. I'm now laminating. Just grab that detail camera again. Watch how this all works. So you can see the sheet feeder here. Now we're going pretty slow. I'll speed this up. You can see there's minimal scrap between sheets. And all the waste is caught in the bin below. Okay, so I'm going to now stop the machine. So let's talk about market position. This machine fits into a digital print shop that's doing a lot of two-sided laminating in common sizes. So it's not necessarily high speed in the fact that we're doing 60 feet per minute or anything like that. We have other solutions for that. But for somebody to walk up, press run, and automatically feed documents through to be two-sided laminated, it's really hard to beat for the short run jobs. So what we see it being used for a lot is, say, menus. Two-sided laminated, it will run anything from 1.2 mil to 10 mil thick. Also run things like soft pro lamination through it. So it has a great spot in a digital print shop that's doing, let's call them medium run lengths, 500 sheets, which would be very tedious to feed, small stacks through a different laminator, or even pouch laminating. And again, the finishing time that it takes out with its automatic cutting on all four sides is a massive saver for post-press. So traditional roll laminators, we have to trim the sheets out manually, maybe put them in a die cutter and a guillotine, something like that. This gives you finished documents off the laminator. So that's it for this demo on the Thinklam 330H. I hope you found something insightful. We do have more videos on it on YouTube, but hopefully this presentation gave you a good idea what the machine is, what it can do, and what shops it's good for. Thank you very much.
Well, that was great insight into the desktop and short run automated lamination. Andy, do you have any comments that you want to share on the Thinklam?
No, not at the moment, other than sweet spot in the market. So we have the 2702, which we talked about previous to this, which is a great machine, but then we have customers that are looking at something, a little bit more automated. They want to add in that trimming, add in the auto feed. And when we start looking at a automated two-sided laminator, the price, it's normally priced out of the market for them. So this machine comes in a very nice spot in the market. It's at a very good price point for those shops that are trying to make that next step. Do you think, Bob?
Yeah, and one of the things that I didn't mention in that demo video was that with the current environment, sometimes there's less people at work, and so automation is key. But to your point about automated systems normally being priced out of range of a lot of digital print shops, this package gives some serious laminating capacity in a very compact package at a very nice price point. So, if we're looking at keeping less people maybe on the production floor due to social distancing, or perhaps maybe things are just slow and we had to unfortunately furlough some people, and we're getting production back up. It's machines like these and machines that you'll see throughout the day on Thursday that really automate that finishing and help shops get jobs done quicker. Make sense, John?
Yeah, no, absolutely. And you know, as your point about the small footprint, we're seeing a lot of shops where you know, they've transitioned from maybe a large commercial shop to now offering digital, and they're in very confined spaces. And often we see, you know, these devices sitting right next to the digital print in the digital print room, and very little noise. The operator can run, you know, both laminator and printer, monitor them at the same time. So we're seeing a lot of uptick in both automation, but the ability that they can bring that level of automation into such a small footprint that traditionally would have taken, you know, 15 to 25 feet of real estate in an open shop floor to have auto finishing, laminating, and the trimming process.
So when it comes to this short run laminating, you know, the RSL 2702 that Andy showed, very versatile. Thinklam has its own niche, but there's a lot of other models, of course, that ScanCore offers. But consistently, we find ourselves working through discovery calls with customers, finding out what their needs are, and we come down to these two models for different reasons. But you know, that's why we presented them today. Was they may not be the perfect fit for your shop, and we can gladly work through that with you. But more and more, we're coming down to the fact that they fit very, very well to a lot of needs that we see currently. Is that fair, Andy?
Yeah, that's very good. And you may be looking for something a little larger than that, the Thinklam as well, if you're on here right now. But tomorrow we have some great laminators as well. So tomorrow at 11:30 a.m. Eastern time, we're showcasing the Multi, and that's an awesome machine too from GMP. That's kind of the next step up from the Thinklam, where you all of a sudden now have high-speed two-sided and single-sided laminating as well as foil with cutting and feeding capabilities. So sure, a lot of our customers that are on here right now are looking forward to tomorrow as well on that one.
Yeah, the Multi's great. It's kind of, let's think of it as the granddaddy of the 2702 you showed today. All the same capabilities, but in a lot bigger package. So that's tomorrow, as Andy said. But yeah, I think that's it for Short Run Laminating today. Appreciate everybody watching. And again, if there's any questions at all, we'd love to help you out. Laminating is what we do, so we can make sure you find the right machine for your needs.